All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Tuesday afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, we were doing pretty good today until the last 15 minutes or so. We've had a pullback. I got the pinger on, and the pinger has been going off. Looks like prices are dropping a little bit as we start the live stream, taking out some leverage trades. On we go. I remain on the 2-hour chart, zoomed out, back to October 10th, in my purple boxes. You guys are going to be so sick of Kriss's purple boxes. I'm telling you. Purple box. What the purple box? Can't you change the color of that box? Well, now I got to keep it at purple because, like, that's a thing now, right? It's Kriss's purple boxes. It's a thing. It's a thing. And on X today, this afternoon, I posted about 20 charts of my purple boxes of all these different altcoins that are all doing the same thing. 18 days in a row, trading in about a 15% range, like all of these cryptos, which you guys have been seeing because I've been showing them here during the live streams. But those guys over there that don't come over here to YouTube to actually take part in the live stream, they're like, huh? What are you showing that for? And I'm like, I'm making a point. I'm making a point. For the bears that come in here and say, oh, Doge sucks. And I'm like, have you seen the other cryptos? Have you seen what's going on? It's like every other crypto, just about, is like sideways, 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 sideways. So that's what we start with today. What's going on? Hey, tomorrow we're going to see this guy live tomorrow afternoon over on the Tom Crown channel. I'll be there in the afternoon. Got to hang out with Tom while this is going on, right? We have the rate cut decision. 98% chance that there's going to be a 25 basis point rate cut. Oh, it's all priced in. Well, there'll be a little volatility. It'll be good to have a little volatility finally in our life, right? So we got that. And then he's going to speak, and he's going to be dovish or hawkish. He's going to talk about like reducing the balance sheet and like all of this stuff. It's going to be quantitative tightening. He doesn't actually say quantitative tightening or quantitative easing. He just he talks about the balance sheet, right? That's what he talks about. And then I will come live after Tom is done to deal with all the aftermath. Tom gets the exciting stuff, like the actual like market immediate reaction to every single word that Powell says, and then I clean it all up after. But it's always a fun time over on Tom's channel. So Tom Crown, check him out during, well, the rate cut first. He starts at about 1:30, rate cut at 2, and then at 2:30, Powell starts, and he goes on till about 3:30, and then I come on after that. So then we just all come over here and we say, what just happened? So that's tomorrow. Powell. Guess what? A new all-time high on the stock market again today. S&P just hit 6,900, 6,900. It's just a number. It's just a number. 6,900. The pinger is going off. Oh man. Yeah, 6,900 for S&P, and not only that, but we've got let's see, yeah, S&P 500 new all-time high. We've got the NASDAQ, new all-time high. We've got the Dow Jones, new all-time high, although it's pulling back right now. So the markets are kind of pulling back here right at the end of the day. Gold still down below 4,000. That's where we are. Gold still down below 4,000. Bitcoin dropped below 114,000. Now tailing down, could drop below 113 during the live here because, again, they're taking out some leveraged long trades right now. And ETH is threatening to drop back below $4,000. The Doge point, the make or break price, 20 cents, we are now below at 1963. When I was getting ready for this live stream like 45 minutes ago, I was like 20-cent Doge. That makes sense. Make or break price. Ooh, we're a little below. But that didn't stop NVIDIA from making a new all-time high today as well. Over $200 a share of NVIDIA. If any of you have NVIDIA stock, oh man. They're about 3% away from having a $5 trillion market cap for their company. $5 trillion for NVIDIA. So the stocks keep going up. And many are asking, is the stock market in a bubble? Because the crypto markets are going up. It's all the stock markets. What is this pinging going on? Stop. Stop. Oh my God. Oh, what is going on, my friends? I got to zoom in now. Yikes. All right, I zoomed in. Not good. Bitcoin just touched 113. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. And ETH is threatening to drop below 4,000. Yikes. The sound of degens being taken out. That's usually what that ping is. Yep. Yep. So from NVIDIA, we go to Bitcoin. When is the rotation going to happen of all this money coming into Bitcoin? Apparently what happened, and I talked about it in my video this morning, if you guys didn't see that, is the rotation seems to have gone from gold to the stock market and the tech stocks. Eventually, they're going to rotate into crypto. We would hope, we would think, right? But crypto is just not moving yet. But yet the stock market continues to hit new all-time highs. So we're stuck. We're stuck in the purple boxes until something happens, right? Until something happens. And Merlin, he keeps waiting for altcoin season. And he's just like, look, the alts have just been getting beaten down by Bitcoin. Alts versus Bitcoin. Beaten down. Even the RSI is like as low can be. Is this support? Is this support altcoins versus Bitcoin? Or is it's just not going to recover? There's something to think about there. Of course, Merlin says, right, the altcoin momentum is brewing, right? We're about to have this big run on alts. Bitcoin dominance is going to take a nosedive. But is it really going to happen like that? That's the whole question about bear market, because if we just go straight bear, right, then all bets are off. And then Merlin comes over and says, look, on ETH, this appears to be this bullish pennant pattern here. And so we would expect to see ETH bounce off the line and go higher. And right now, that's not happening. As the pinging continues in the background, yes. And Sentiment says, look, the trending coins of the day are Litecoin, Hedera, and Solana, because all three of them had ETFs actually launched today. Yes, the Hedera, the Litecoin, and the Solana ETFs from Canary Capital did launch today, and they are trading. Hedera got a big pump. Solana and Litecoin a little bit, not much. And we'll check in on those prices in just a little bit. But that's just like something happened, right? It's better than nothing, right? Something. We need something. What about Doge? Well, Trader Allen comes up with another ascending triangle, and we have been in an ascending triangle in 2025 since April. And so we should get a big pump, right? Because that's what happened in 2021, and that's what happened in 2017. And we're now 4 years later. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen that yet. But yet the Doge Fear and Greed Index remains, well, it just dropped below 50, down to 48. Because Dogecoin, I think, dropped below 20 cents. So I think 20 cents is our purely neutral, and now we're a little bit below it. So we now have Fear and Greed at 48. But it's still kind of non-committal because we're still in the purple box. I keep going back to my purple box, right? Make or break. Dogecoin price faces a make or break situation. Dogecoin price is holding steady near the crucial 20-cent support level. A crucial 20-cent support level, and now Doge is at 19.5. So that did not hold. That 20-cent line didn't hold right now. Now, is this just a quick dip? Take out some longs, and then we move back up? We'll be watching that this live stream, if that is indeed what is happening. Meanwhile, most experts maintain a bullish outlook for Dogecoin's price. The next key resistance line would be 21.8, which 21.8, if I go back out to my 2-hour chart here, is about where the top of my purple box is. And then I've got the new support at 22 cents if we can get above it. But we're not there yet. We are still kind of going sideways. But we zoom in and prices are kind of not doing well. Bitcoin just dropped below 113, 112, 984. And the pinger over here on CoinGlass continues to ring out. Oh, we just had $1 million ETH long just got taken out. $1 million ETH. We had $1 million ZEC. Somebody had $1 million long on Zcash that got taken out. A $2 million ETH, $1 million in Solana. No, $3 million in Solana. Man, they're not messing around here, guys. Fartcoin. What? Can you imagine putting a $1.5 million leverage trade on Fartcoin? No wonder it started smelling here. Somebody just lost $1 million position in ETH. No, a $3 million. $3 million in Solana, $3 million in ETH. There's another $2 million in Solana and $1.5 million in Fartcoin. Fartcoin, my friends. Look at that. Oh, man, that's nasty. They're going after some big ones here. Big ones. So, yep, the liquidations continue. Bitcoin down to 112.9. ETH is holding on to 4,000. It just touched it. And Doge at 19.5. So Dogecoin, this article is now old. It's a new article and it's already old. That's why nobody writes books about crypto, because as soon as the book is published, it's like old news, right? Where can I find a good book to learn about crypto? And it's like, yeah, no. Books take too long to print. And even these articles are like, Dogecoin price retest 20 cent support. Nope, 19.5. Failed. But overall, the one thing I did want to show on this was Ethernational just saying, look, the Dogecoin's third parabolic phase is still ahead. And this is still, if you zoom out enough, right, this is still to come. It's this third parabolic run for Doge. We just need to have the good news for Doge. We need Elon or something to happen to get this big third parabolic run. 2017, 2021. Here we are waiting. We're waiting. So, yeah. So that's where we are today, my friends. We will stay zoomed in. You all saw my purple boxes. They are what they are. Hedera is actually about to re-enter the purple box here. I don't know if you saw that, Charlotte, but the Hedera price is about to re-enter the purple box, despite its nice move that it made last night into early this morning. It has been selling down since then and may actually come back into the purple box. So we will be watching that as well. Gurinder is entering a long on Doge right here at 19.5 cents. Good luck. It's risky. It's all risky. Yeah. Leverage trading is not my thing. Because if the market makers decide to take the price even lower, you get taken out. I don't want to lose my Dogecoin. I don't want to lose my Dogecoin. So I'll just buy on the dips and I'll just buy spot and let it run. You know, I've done pretty well with that. It's kind of a lower risk approach to crypto, but it's like, I mean, just investing in cryptocurrency at the beginning, right? That's risky. But then leverage trading on top of that? No, thank you. I'm not going to do that. Yes, Master, the market makers need to chill. KrissPax has been on the edge. He might pop a market maker. Hey, it doesn't bother me because I got no skin in the game in leverage trading. I just don't do it. I don't do it. So, Charlotte, you sold some H-bar at the top. Nice. That was good thinking there. When you got up this morning, you're like, you know, good time to take a little off. Good idea, because the rest of the market stinks, right? So you get something like Hedera, go on a little run like that. That's a good move. Good move. The waterfall you see here, yes, that is the market makers taking it down lower, and then deciding, okay, I'll take it down even lower. Eeks. We've had more accumulation this time. That's true, right? 18 days of accumulation now since the big flash crash back on October 10th. Some are stacking. Bunch of longs wiped out. That means new longs are put in always, John, always. Nye is getting some dry powder ready. Stinky market, especially that fart coin. Can you imagine, like, you're doing your taxes and you're like, yeah, I lost $1.5 million on fart coin. It's just like, what? What? Man. All right, ETH just dropped below 4,000. 39.86 now. Bitcoin at 112.6. We are having a sell-off this afternoon, my friends. Eeks. Notifications starting to show up. Bonk. Down 5%. So what does our make or break price become? Because we're dropping 19.3 on Doge. And the pinger is just not stopping. This is not an October 10th event. This is not an October 10th event, my friends. It worries me that I feel nothing, though. Oh, I know, Ryan, right? Listen to those pings. Johnny says, I don't see this coming back anytime soon. This may be just clearing out all of this before tomorrow's FOMC, because interest rates will drop, price will go up, they'll take out a bunch of shorts. So this is taking out the longs before that. That's what I think this is. Again, this whole thing is all manipulation. There's nobody selling all of this. I mean, nobody's selling. Everybody's going to wait and see. This is total manipulation. In Chris's humble opinion. I'll go back to being stuck. I know, right? Wasn't that better? Still in the purple box, though. If it goes down below my purple box, oh, then we've got some problems. But we're still in the purple box. We have a ways to go. That's 18 cents at the bottom of the purple box on Doge. Is 18 cents. But yeah, this isn't pretty. Bitcoin 112.5. Some say, oh, got to take out that open CME gap, right? CME gaps. Looks a little 10th-ish. No, Goose, we're not there yet. No feeling left for you too, DB. It's just like you're just numb to it all. Numb, Volks. $1,000 here, $1,000 there, you know. Nothing on the inside, nothing on the outside. Got nothing. The ETH order book is crazy. Wow. I know, Christian, right? This is just a waterfall. That's a good word. Whoever said that. Waterfall. It's just the market makers just taking them out. Boom, boom, boom. Is Bitcoin going to go down and get that CME gap box? Let me see where that was. Where was that? BTC futures. We're in the box. It's in the box. It's got to come all the way down to 111.2. 111.2 would close the gap. 111.2. So it is now officially in the CME gap box. Let me pull that up there. Yeah. So that's the target. If it indeed is going to go right through the box here. Yeeks. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Dancing Doge, though, doesn't care. We just had a wick down to 19.2 on the Dogecoin chart. Well, whoever did a leverage long at 19.5, Gurinder, was that you? I hope you've got a lower stop loss there, because from 19.5, it just went to 19.2, and it's not looking good. Be careful. Be careful. I know, nobody's selling. This is all manipulation. It's becoming sus that during Chris's live streams, we get big drops. I know, right? What's going on? What is going on? The 1 year Bitcoin heat map looks scary. Yeah, I don't zoom out like that. That's some old trades people still have open. Ugh, that's bear market stuff. Totally bear market. It's not an October 10th thing. It's not that bad. If it goes below your box, I'm buying in at 12. Well, 18 is the bottom of the box. To go all the way down to 12 cents? Ugh, let's just stay in the box. That's what I say. Time to buy tonight, Jonathan says. Forget about the 4-year cycle in October. The 4 cycle is over due to the big dump, government shutdown. November and December will still be good. I like that. I like that. And what's going to happen tomorrow? I have to be numb or I break things. Charlotte. Oh, comfortably numb. VeChain. VeChain is still in the purple box as well. It just touched the bottom on the dip. VeChain is more toward the bottom of the purple box, and it just touched the bottom at 0.0166. But hanging on. Hanging on. E-Dub, thank you. Jonathan says the good news that's come out for Doge when it hits is going to be massive. That's what we wait for. All this accumulation time is all waiting for that. I think we do need Elon's help. This is the exchange attempting to manipulate people to make more shorts. When there are enough shorts, the market makers will eat those up too. That's typically how it works. That's what I think tomorrow is going to be. Tomorrow is all going to be about taking out shorts. Because they know the rate cuts are going to be tomorrow. And they waited until this afternoon with low volume trading. There was nothing going on. The volume was really, really low on Bitcoin right here, 230, 245. And it's like, okay, we're dumping. Boom. Ouch. What is wrong with these leverage traders? Yeah. Orbs is already into the food thing. Bottom of the Doge box, 18 cents. 18 cents. Tomorrow's FOMC, that jonesing, that gives them a chance to bring the price up with volatility to take out the shorts. That's what's tomorrow, I believe. So how are we supposed to go up and have our bull market when the market makers keep crashing? Exactly. This is why stocks are at all-time highs and crypto is bouncing around sideways because of this manipulation with all this leverage trading. Huge, huge leverage trading. Agreed. With the government shutdown, with US-China trade deal, now there's more uncertainty about Gaza and Israel and what's going on there. And it's like Russia-Ukraine just continues to drag on. Like all that stuff is like not good. Got to clear all that stuff out. Maybe the dump before the pump, go after the shorts. Exactly. Is it true HBAR got an ETF? Yes, it is. HBAR, Litecoin, and Solana. Somehow, Canary Capital, in their last S1 filing, they put language in there that said, if after 20 days after this filing, the SEC does not deny this ETF application, it will be good to trade. And the SEC got furloughed with the government shutdown. So guess what? Here we are. Here we are. They just start trading then because the SEC didn't deny it. I'm just like, that was pretty smart of Canary to do that. Unfortunately, we're in a very bearish market here. And Hedera, for all of this great run here, is just selling off. It's not able to hold. It's not able to hold the pump, which is too bad because it was on a nice little run here. And now it's pulling back. So bad timing. It would be great when the Dogecoin ETF launches that we're in a full bull market and then we can just go to the moon, right? If the Doge ETF launched here too, a Doge chart would probably do the same thing. You get a little pump and then it sells off. Imagine we get the rate cuts and a government shutdown being over. Nope, they're not going to do it. The Dems are not going to do it. They are, I don't know how long this is going to go. Zone was up this morning and then it sold off during the day, back down. I watched the Zone stock and it's just like depressing. You start to see it finally start to go up and then nope, pulls right back down. Just blame Kriss. Blame Kriss. Oh, you guys are great. I'm dropping the price. It's my fault. Oh, de-risking before tomorrow's cuts. It's looking like that. I mean, I don't follow the bull market support band, Morteza. You just go over and watch Ben Cowan. He talks about it every day. I don't follow the bull market support band. I'm trying to stay grounded with Doge, but I'm starting to lose hope, worried I missed my selling window last November. Matt, I get it, but you can't be worried about it, right? That was, what, 10, 11 months ago now. So, but yeah, it is depressing. I get that. It's a bit depressing to see these pullbacks. There's no reason for it. I mean, we aren't selling, right? Nobody's selling here. This is all manipulation. Are we going to make it? Depends. You get shaken out. You can miss out on some real good possible gains. Like Volk says, keep stacking. Hang in there. They're taking out the longs before the FOMC. Quantitative easing is coming, like all of that stuff. I know. Tough to wait it out, though. I don't know, Master. It depends on your financial plan, what you're trying to do and trade. If you're waiting for a bear market, that's a longer term thought, right? If you're looking for some short term, maybe buying on this dip is okay and then selling when it rips. Is it going to rip? Is this make or break? Are we going to just keep going down? Are we bear market? I covered all of that this morning. Bear market or not. That was this morning's video. And it's funny, one of the comments was like, it was a clickbait title. And I was just like, no, there's a lot of people seriously talking about this being a bear market. And at the end, it's like, could be not. Gold has fallen further, back below 4,000. Yep, but yet stocks, new all-time high for stock market. Why can't we all just get along and make money? Yeah. You closed Hedera, Alpha George, so did Charlotte, or at least some of it. 17 Soup says it's going to go to 111 for Bitcoin. take out that CME gap. Right now, it's in the gap, but it hasn't taken it out yet. The market said, psych, why are you dropping the price? Poor bonk. I know, me too. Not happening. I was supposed to be in a Lambo. Oh. Yeah, I'm better than the people who bought at 40 cents and Garinder. And I was like, people blame me. And I was like, I didn't say to buy at 40 cents. I was taking profits at 40 cents. So how some people could confuse that with me telling people to buy at 40 cents, I have no idea. We're all worried we missed it last November. It is what it is. Can't do anything but hold now. This is Charlotte selling her Doge. Sorry, guys. I'm selling. Cloud. I like the cloud face. Trade deal, rate cuts, ETF, government opens back up. I think it's just patience. Wait. All those leverage trades just got taken out. In the last hour now, $70 million of ETH. Look at that. $70 million of ETH in the last hour. They were targeting ETH on this one. 40 million on Bitcoin, 35 on Solana, 6 million on Fartcoin. Fartcoin. So Fartcoin must have been going on a little run earlier. And then somebody tried to hop on board with a big $1.5 million leverage trade, and then they just dumped it. Ugh. That's just bad. Yikes. Ouch. And now instead of 20 cents, we're 19 cents. Just like that, we're a penny lower. Ugh. Hey, Monica. Do you think the market makers are taking out the longs before the FOMC meeting? Yes, exactly. You read my mind. Or you came in late right after I just said that. But, yes. On Taco Tuesday of all days. How is manipulation not criminal? Who's gonna charge them? It's worldwide. I know, all-time high for traditional markets. Cryptos, totally manipulated. Ryan's making tacos. The huge disconnect from crypto and overall markets ripping is giving me a really bad feeling. Market closes another all-time high and crypto decides to dump. I know, right, DZ? I get it. I get it. We've been here before. Not what I was looking forward to talk about this live stream. Christian sold some ETH at 4,800. I think the traffic made you want to go to Taco Bell. Will a Santa rally finally happen? It could. I mean, with this October pullback, just not looking good. Maybe November and December, right through Santa into the end of the year, becomes good. Lungy, thank you. I need new friends. I don't know anyone in real life that knows anything about crypto. Yeah, just hang out here with us. We try and have a good time despite some of the red candles. We still try and have a good time. We should be happier if the market makers do this. We buy in cheaper. If we believe in Doge, 16, 17, 18 cents is ridiculous. Kriss is not selling. I'm here talking to you. I'm not selling right now. No, 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 no. Is a short good? I don't short the markets, and especially not after you see these red candles. Then that's the setup to get wiped out. So be careful. Charlie had a salad. They're allowed to target anything except my beloved fart coin. So I'm sorry. Let's see what fart coin ended up doing today, because I didn't look at this chart today, but it looked to be going up. Not much. It went up a little bit this morning, all the way down to 36 cents. Remember when this thing was $1? I remember when this was $1. It's 36 cents. Oh. Well, there's the purple box. We did draw a purple box for this. I just didn't extend it out. Hanging on. It hit the top of the purple box. Now it's hanging on near the bottom. Well, that seems to have been the bottom, guys. At least for now. Taking a little breather. But that seems to have been the bottom. Yeah, you can blame me, William. Sure. Your dad is a broker, refuses to learn about crypto. Yeah. There's a lot of people like that. They still think it's just this digital, I don't know what. There's nothing physical there. It's just. You thought they would do that right before the meeting. Oh, they'll do that too, Jonesing. They will absolutely do that too right before the meeting. There'll be some volatility. This is a bigger move they can make now because there was just no volume. There was nothing going on. So yeah, what would the market look like without leverage? We would probably be much higher. All videos on my finance channel is doom and gloom. Even Pokemon markets are going down the past 2 weeks. Oh, really? Huh. That's probably why Low Roller hasn't been here for a while. The Pokemon markets are going down. Oh, no. What are we going to do? You're getting more for your money with the drop? Are we dropping because Kriss sold everything? I haven't sold anything. Not in a long time. I'm waiting. Paying my taxes. That's what I'm doing. I'm still paying taxes from all my other profits. It feels like crypto and gold liquidity is all flying into stocks. I know. The stock market is just amazing. Now, aftermarket, it's a little red, but I'm seeing here, a little red aftermarket. Nvidia is still going up, though, aftermarket. That's weird. When Kriss said October, he meant the S&P. I never suspected that the stock market would go on a rip like that and not crypto as well. Nobody called that. I don't see us having our last leg up, says Jose. Doge needs retail to go parabolic in order to see the price go up. I just don't see that with all the negativity. I know, but Jose, all it takes is one bit of news specifically for Dogecoin. And even if it's like X payments, X money, and Doge isn't on there, it'll still pump Dogecoin. That's what I'm waiting for. Elon said it's in beta. X money is in beta test. So I'll wait for that. That's worth waiting for. With all of the accumulation, can retail even send Doge to the moon? Yep. You get the right news and retail can do it. If the market makers are taking out the longs before FOMC, wouldn't that make the positive impact for price increase? Yeah. But there's shorts there too, and they're going to take out the shorts. We'll see tomorrow afternoon if that's what happens. Kriss still thinks that they want to crash it for the other big boys to buy in. Get more big boys buying in at lower prices. Yeah, what have these been waiting for? The JP Morgans, Morgan Stanleys, and all these. What have they been waiting for? They've had lots of time to buy. They had their head in the sand. My Bitcoin average is 26,000. Much lower than MicroStrategy. Of course, I don't have anywhere near as much Bitcoin as Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy have, but my average is lower. My average is lower on Bitcoin. It's times like these where people can make more money in the future. Indeed. You fear in the market, that's the time to buy. That's my saying. Now, that's not financial advice, and don't say, oh, Kriss said. It keeps going down, and then you blame Kriss. I'm just saying. It's a little bit risky. I get it. How to identify if it's starting a bear market or just clearing leverage? That's a great question, Shaj. A great question. I covered a number of the indicators this morning in my video. For those that didn't see my video this morning, is Dogecoin entering a bear market? Right there. This was the topic of my video this morning, and went through a number of charts and indicators that point out kind of conflicting stories on where the market is going. So it's conflicting. There's not a clear sign one way or the other right now. But this is what's on people's minds, as you just asked the question. It's obviously on people's minds. That's why I made the video this morning and sort of went through that. But we'll see. Before long, someone will steal the KrissPax purple box. I know. They'll make it a different color and they'll call it theirs. Hey, I flooded Twitter, X-Twitter, with my purple boxes. I posted about 20 of them with my purple boxes. And someone said, you're spamming your charts. And I said, yep, I'm making a point. Spamming my charts just to show that it's all doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. So my X feed is all purple boxes today. I just felt like doing it. I was just like, yeah, sure. Oh. Alliday is taking along now. Don't worry, guys. The Pokemon market has found support. We're bullish for the century. Time to stack more. Is it over? It's not over. I laugh, but Pokemon market caps are actually insane. I know, Low Roller talks about it all the time when he comes in here. I get it. Doge for payments. House of Doge is still building the partnerships, the relationships, the adoption. It's growing. We're still early, I think, in all of this. XRP, Maximus. XRP will still do okay, but that's not where I'm focusing my attention. I can't wait to sell my XRP. Well, my support line is at 18 cents, Craig. So 18 cents. I don't count the 9.5, 10 cents on October 10th. That was the manipulation through the liquidity by Binance. It traded right back up. If I ever end up making money on this, definitely can't say I got lucky. I had conviction and held. Yeah, another Tuesday dump con, exactly. We're used to it every single Tuesday. If you lend me some money, I would buy more. Dan, yep. Sure, just line up. Give out free money like the free EBTs and Snap dollars for overweight poor people to go buy more sodas and Doritos. Is Elon really going to roll out X payments? That's what I'm waiting for. Oh, brutal. Brutal. More leverage. Getting wiped out. H-bar almost back into the purple box. Ouch. You in the purple box. I know, right, Sunshine? But I keep saying it all the times, and you guys get it, right? You get what's going on. Those people out there, they don't have a clue. In the end, the H-bar ETF, bad timing. Bad timing. I like my purple boxes so much, I should marry them. Why not, right? Yeah, maybe the purple boxes take half of my net worth too. Oops, did I say too much? Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's look at the heat maps. Sure. Let's look at the heat maps now that we've just taken out a bunch of leverage. Look at all that on Bitcoin. Zoop. It always defaults to Bitcoin. You got to go through the Bitcoin to get to the Doge. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's do a 3-day. Give it a little more context. Yeah, there we go. That's the right one. Yeah, they were going for that Bitcoin line right there at 112.6. $140 million of Bitcoin longs right there. That was the target. It's not the CME gap. It's those longs right there. 112.6. There's a bunch of new shorts coming in though, right? We'll get those tomorrow. You watch. We'll get those tomorrow. Ooh, brutal on Dogecoin. We had the initial dip, and then we have the second dip. That's brutal. Didn't go down to 19 cents though. So there's still a few open right here at like 19.1. That didn't quite get taken out. Again, also a lot of new shorts. A lot of new shorts today. The Doritos, I know. I saw a photograph comparing what people who are getting food stamps should be buying versus what they actually buy. And it was a grocery cart at the checkout with a woman who was paying with food stamps, and it was Doritos and soda. And that's where that comes from. It was an actual picture of someone buying that with their food stamps. It's like, buy some real food, not that crap. That's where that comes from. You're having a nightmare with the pings. Oh, God, yes, the pings. Ping, ping, ping. This bear market will give us amazing prices. Well, I'm still thinking that's next year. That's not now. This is just market manipulation, taking out leverage trades. Next year, how far does Doge go down? We will see. I don't know where the Pax cat is. Maybe he's afraid of the pings. He doesn't want to hear the pings either. Nobody's talked about Aster for a while, DMP. Aster must have gone on a long trip down because nobody's been talking about it. Oh, it actually kind of went up this morning. Well, let's zoom out and let's get the picture here. Yeah, Aster has been on this long flight down from $2.15 to it. It basically lost 50%. Since October 5th, Aster is down 50%. Is this going to come back up? Remember when this was all the rage, right? Oh, Aster, Aster, Aster. That's all you heard, right? And it's sold off 50%. Wow. No, I didn't see DJT news today. Trump Media and Technology press release announcing that it will make prediction markets available on Truth Social. So did they do a deal with like Polymarket or Kalshi, or are they making their own? I mean, Robinhood has some, right? They don't offer a lot, but they have some. Interesting. Well, good luck with your Aster there, DMP. Maybe this thing is going to take off again. You could have gotten it for less than $1 here the other day. 98 cents. But still not looking like it's recovering yet much. Aster. Doge is going sideways. I keep saying, even despite today's pullback, it's still in the purple box going sideways. That's the message. Bears are allowed in here, Nelson. They're allowed. They just don't be a troll. When do I sell? It's before or after a Tuesday. You can't sell on Tuesdays. I think that's what we're seeing. I know, we're having fun. It would be funny if House of Doge created a real estate branch where you could buy using Dogecoin. It's always Doritos, sunshine. Cheap, empty calories, exactly. Every bull market quietly begins. Policy flips. When Elon changed Twitter to X, do you think he could be hinting to change to XRP? No. Has nothing to do with it. He's never mentioned XRP. We've had this discussion many times before, Maximus. It's like, no. The XRP army thinks so, and they keep talking about it. Elon doesn't care about XRP. Absolutely not. Thoughts on Hyper? I don't have any. It's another exchange token. Hyperliquid exchange is very popular. It's gone on runs. Personally, I have Kronos. Kronos had a nice little run this morning, but is now pulled back. Thanks to the market manipulators. Ron Walker, I don't know who he is, has called for a bear market and a 50-60% dump by January. Wow. Well, that's a bold prediction. That's not going to happen. Mark my words, Con. That would take Bitcoin down to $60,000. You think Bitcoin's going to be $60,000 in January? Do you think that? I don't. Good morning, Anthony. I know. Make a break, right? I think of you all the time now, Anthony, whenever I'm making my titles. It's like, what would Anthony think of this? Virtuals, I don't follow that, Dan. It's a newer one. I don't know. When Robinhood adds a coin or token, it runs. It's usually short-lived, though. It usually pulls back. And this is what happens. They're added to a big exchange, attracts buyers, and then it sells off. Totally manipulated. Of course, Elon loves Doge over all other cryptos. He doesn't even talk about other cryptos except occasionally Bitcoin. Well, a lot of people called the April bottom. That was easy because of the tariff news, but he's wrong on this one. Mark my words. Our minds are being conditioned that we're going to have the last quarter rally altcoin season. It will not happen because it's so publicized. It doesn't work that way, Anthony. If the news is good, it's going to rip. But the leverage trading is holding us down. Is the XRP ETF actually going to go live? I haven't heard that one. It could. Yeah, I didn't think Doge would be at 20 cents, 19 cents at the end of October. I didn't. That is true. But nobody predicted this. If your purple boxes get me out of this alive, I'll be forever grateful. I hope it works. Oh, Binance holding us down. Yeah, what would be the reason for Bitcoin to go to 60,000? I don't get it. I don't see what the reason would be. Ron Walker versus Tom Lee. Who is right? Neither, Anthony. Neither is right. Kriss is right. Those two, wrong. Yeah, Luca, I don't go looking at other meme tokens like Cookie. I just don't do that. You go ask Vision Pulsed about Cookie. XRP ETF. XRP ETF. I want to see which one it is. Who the XRP ETF go live confirmed. Just read through the October S1 amendment filing. So which hold? Blah, 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 blah. But whose? Not Rex Osprey. That doesn't count if it's a Rex Osprey one. Just like, I mean, there's already a Doge Rex Osprey one. It's nothing. XRP. 10 XRP ETF filing. Oh, that was back in March. There is a Canary Capital one right there. There's a Canary Capital one. So maybe it's that. That would be my guess. That's my guess. It's a Canary Capital one. Yeah, because the Rex Osprey XRP ETF is already trading. That's true. And how one of my posts ends up on this. How does my post end up here? Was I talking about? Oh, I did talk about XRP and ETF in the same. Oh, that's good. Somebody looking at my stuff. Oh. Blockchain backer explained perfectly what happened. The Russell 2000 made an all-time high. Most altcoins didn't. That's perfectly aligned, and we will get a new all-time high next cycle in 4 years. Some alts hit new all-time highs, but not the whole altcoin market. No. Ben Cowan is right about what now? Right. Kriss is right too. ETFs sell the news. They don't do much. Hey, good evening, RR. How are you? I know, exactly, right, Sunshine? It's just like nothing against Luca, and it's a perfectly good question, but I just don't cover all of those meme tokens. That's not what this channel is about. Hey, Grow, how are you? Now that we're scared and lost all hope, it's the perfect time for Doge to go on a big run. Yeah. Unfortunately, the pinger's going off, and it's not good. Doge is dropping lower now. 19 cents. It's about to hit. Bitcoin down to 112.2. Bitcoin's going to try and close the CME gap. It only has $1,000 to go. They're trying to close the CME gap. Ron Walker has been calling for a Bitcoin crash every month. Ah, Dazif, there it is. Whoever this Ron Walker guy is, he sounds like a bear. Trump is always right and never wrong. True. At least he thinks so. The best day of my life will be when XRP crashes. Eventually, I'll get it right. Hey, like a week or week and a half into October, right? My whole position changed. And I predicted after the flash crash that we would be going sideways. And you can look back on October 10th and October 11th where I did predict that. And that's what we've been doing now for 18 days. For 18 days. Exactly as predicted. I didn't know it would last this long, but I did say after that, it's going to just settle down, volume will go down, and we'll be going sideways. And I was correct. 18 days later, we're exactly where we were on October 11th. Exactly the same. So I do get things right. One Doge still equals one Doge. True, Nick. Always. Alibaba's Quen AI model projects Doge could reach $1.20 by November 2025. Yeah, but it won't. but it won't. How about Charles Hoskinson, Bitcoin alt season prediction? Have I seen it? Extended bull cycle. I talked about that this morning as well in my morning video. Talked about the extended bull cycle. This is a new thing from Charles. Others have been calling for it for longer. And I've covered that on this channel, from Raoul Paul, looking at the business cycle, extending in through April. Yeah, we've covered it. It could happen. Peter just took some profits on XRP. Yeah, I'm right. 2 times a day, just like a broken clock. Exactly. I was lucky. The ultimate grudge match, Ben Cowan versus CrissPax. I'll take him on. I know who my money's on. Yeah! Romario, tell me what you see on the weekly and the monthly for Dogecoin. Tell me what you see. The rumble in the jungle. Yeah, tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow we have got the Fed and the FOMC. Right. That's exactly what it is. Trying to predict the tops and bottoms so they can say, I told you so. And then when it doesn't hit, when they do, they'll still make it up and say, see, right here, this is where I said, this is where I traded. I bought here on the low. I bought here at the, or sold here at the top. Because they're going to say it anyway. Basama Rajama, thank you for the super chat. How are the ETFs getting approved in the shutdown? Yeah, I talked about this earlier. It seems like Canary Capital did amended S1 filings and said in their S1 filings that if the SEC did not deny them in 30 days, then they would be okay to trade. And they did that at the end of September before the government shutdown. That appears to be what happened. And so the folks over at NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange said, well, that's what it says. And the SEC did not deny them. Pretty smart by Canary Capital to do that. That appears to be what happened. I don't know what it may hit, Chris, but it's not $1.20. Now you tell me what's going to happen with Dogecoin to cause that $1.20 to happen, right? Because if there's no specific news about Dogecoin, like being part of X money and X money launches, right? If there's no news like that, Doge is not going to $1.20. That is unreasonable at this point in the market for Dogecoin to do a 600% gain. But hey, that's just me. I just try and keep things real here. I mean, I would love to be able to just get on board with that and say, yeah, rockets to the moon. We're going to $1, $1.20. No doubt. It's confirmed. It's in. It's all that. It'd all be a lot. There are other people who do that across YouTube and X. You can go follow them if you believe in that. I keep things real here. All right. I try so hard to be wrong and I still end up right. I know, right? I'm winning by losing and losing by winning. William, you want to get some lower Solana? It just dropped below 200. The bottom of my box is 176, William. 176. That is support for Solana. 176. All right? Just to give you a number. Brian's doing one of those walking apps. I know Robbie at Digital Asset News was involved in one of those teams that was doing that. And then the token launched because they had to make a token, right? And then the price of the token just ended up crashing because the developers just sold it all for profits and, all of that mess. Anthony, we don't do shoulda, woulda, couldas here. But you did sell 40% of it, so you did take some profit. But no shoulda, woulda, couldas. Another should've. I should have put my money in stocks. No shoulda, woulda, couldas. We learned from what we didn't do, and we make a plan going forward. You can't look back and say, I should have, I could have, I would have. That doesn't help you mentally. You learn from that, and then you make a plan what you're going to do now going forward. I have sold my whole portfolio. Easiest money to do exactly the opposite of what the masses do. Good luck with that approach, Romaria. Good luck with that. I'm not in that frame of mind. Crypto is a fugazi. Well, it's a fugazi that's already made me a lot of money, so I'm looking to make more. Thank you very much. Don't ever touch alts again. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the alt market is truly dead. Like Merlin here, he's still, since 2022, alts versus Bitcoin has sold off, Con. There's no doubt, right? This is others versus Bitcoin. So it's definitely sold off. And it's all the way down at 2020 levels. There are many who believe this will go back up and alts will outperform Bitcoin for some period of time. I don't think we'll ever see that 2021 huge run again, but we could see half of that. I still believe that. I call it half. Half alt season is what I've been calling that. But we'll see. Good night, sunshine. Doge to 60 cents tomorrow. Hey, that's why you go opposite of me, right? Exactly. My video titles. Do the opposite of Kriss. But half the time I get it right, though, Anthony. Q4 2025 is not a bust yet. So Q1 2026 could be the extended cycle. But we haven't ended 2025. We got 2 more months left. Somehow they got that stamp of approval, whatever that was, DW, the way they wrote their S1 amended filing. Whatever they wrote in there was good enough. I don't know. You bought a lot last year, William says, so the more he buys now, he lowers his averages. That's conviction. That's conviction. And of course, Duchess is on board while she's just smiling with her stock portfolio, which continues to go up. You know that well, right? You know that. She's just smiling. She's just like, yeah, me doing stocks instead of crypto, that was just so much better, wasn't it? You have to admit that, William. She's right. I should have never said should have. Right. Oh. Did we top? That's what this morning's video is about. None of the signs are there that we've hit the top of the crypto market. But Where does Doge have to close to end the month in the green? Wow. 23.2. 23.2 cents. That'll be tough to get up there. I think it's going to be red. Bitcoin only has to hit 114. Get back to 114 and Bitcoin will be in the green for the month. I could have if I had what I should have. Sold off, obliterated, whatever. But many think altcoins will outperform Bitcoin on the downside. That's how others will go up. Nope, that's not how it works. In a bear market, Bitcoin goes down, alts go down harder. Every bear market. The crypto market could do with dropping 90% of the altcoins that have zero utility. Agreed, sloth. However, there's no way to get rid of them. Once they're created, they're there. They're there. There's now millions of cryptos. And 90% of them are just worthless junk. Yeah, that doesn't happen, Romario, where alts drop less than Bitcoin. Yep, Kriss is a bull for Doge for November and December. So is Anthony bearish? Good question. Hey, Glittery, how are you? Well, thank you, William. I keep things real. I do hold XRP. Still have a little bit. Waiting to take my profits, hopefully at the top of the market, which I don't think we're at yet. Dominance is going to go up and fill the wick. Fill the wick. That was from October 10th, right? That wick, that went up to 62. 62.4 actually. Fill the wick. That's what you're saying? Fill the wick. Interesting. All right, I'll put a line there. Fill the wick. Is that what Ben's saying? Bitcoin dominance needs to fill this wick? Interesting. Meanwhile, it's still in my purple box. I do have a purple box, yes, on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and it's still in the purple box. Even Bitcoin dominance. You see that? Remember that box I made? Still in the box. Sometimes Kriss knows what he's doing. Sometimes. I don't feel confident about Dogecoin's price right now. Again, whoever called this a waterfall before, that's very observant. You're looking to rotate some stock gains into crypto, Gurinder. Lee thinks we have to wait till the government shutdown ends. That could be a while. Anthony is going to do the opposite of Kriss. I will do my November price prediction video on Saturday, Gene. Saturday. You guys are waiting. Anthony, H bar heading back to 17. That's what you call swing trading. Ali bull posts. Oh, I'm sure. He just follows his precious sequential indicator, right? Bitcoin needs to break 120,000 to open the path toward a new all-time high of 143. That's his latest post. The post before that, XRP is ready for a big price move. And he's predicting up. It's not a question on if. Chainlink to $100 feels programmed. His last 3 posts are bull, bull, bull. Chainlink, XRP, and Bitcoin. That's what Ali's saying. The reverse Ali never fails. Amazing how that happens, right? Amazing how that happens. It's incredibly annoying to watch the shutdown, no end, how much they're willing to let things slide. It's all politics. It's pretty sad. Doge is still respecting the trendline support from April 8th, not worried. Yep, that is still there. For those that don't want to see it, it's the daily chart. And you go back to April, and I had the line on here before. And it's this line right here. April, touched it in June, and then here we are in October. That's it. Absolutely correct, Shiva. Absolutely correct. Yes, I own XRP. It's one of my best performing coins. After Jasmine and Doge, of course. Jasmine was my best producer. Well, Doge, the initial Doge that I bought, outperformed everything. Because that was a 20x gain. The first sale was 20x gain on Doge. Yep. To Fucktober. Goose. I know, right? Might have to change your trading strategy. Yeah, just what I see on the Solana chart, William. It just, again, it's like all the charts all have these levels since the October 10th flash crash. And that's what I see. Chain Wizard doesn't understand crypto because altcoins don't go to zero, but whatever. You're a bear. I get it. But everything I don't think is going to collapse. Too much support for a total collapse. Too much support. But hey, I'm just me, right? But yeah, not a great end for Tuesday today. I was really expecting things to just kind of keep going sideways, but still within the box. So is Bitcoin, so is ETH, so is Algorand, so is Solana, so is Cardano. H-bar almost back into the box after this morning or last night's run. SHIB still in the box. Litecoin in the box. VeChain hugging the bottom of the box. XRP in the box. Crow still in the box. Shall I continue? Avalanche. Ethereum Classic. Immutable X. Chainlink. Aptos. Shall I continue? Arbitrum. How about Optimism? They're all in the box. They're all in the box. The only one that came out was H-bar, and it's going back into the box. Pepe in the box. I made boxes for all of these. So again, I wanted to be sure that what I was seeing on the charts is true. And it's like 90% of the crypto market, maybe 95 is going sideways. Yeah, parallel channel, fine. I call it a box. That's my terminology. It makes the point. It makes the point. Everybody understands a purple box. I call it a purple box. And everyone's like, yeah, Chris's purple box. Parallel channel could be up, could be down. No, sideways. Box, sideways. Optimism dropping is the perfect metaphor for my mood. Yeah. Back in the box. I love that. With Hedera. Get back in the box, Hedera. Back in the box. Where you belong. Meanwhile, Maxis keeps mining Dogecoin, and my miner is still stuck in custom somewhere. So, Chain Wizard, despite your name being Wizard, you have no idea. When the stock market crashes, you will get a very hard lesson. So be careful with what you say, dude. Be careful. The big coins will be kept alive by the market makers as long as they can be used to milk leverage. Sure. The liquidity will be there. They'll drop others, but that doesn't mean they go to zero. They never do. There's always some price. They eventually get dropped by exchanges, but they're still alive. If I move my purple box up 5 cents, would that help get things going? Yes, it's like a magic box, right? It's like magic. Just move it up. Yeah. Oh. Right. It will never be worthless. That's just the way crypto is. We need a jack in the box. It has been a month delay. Yes, Ryan. I don't know what's going on. That's a lot of Doge I could have been mining. Yeah, I don't know what this whole thing about tokenized stocks is going to do and stocks trading 24/7, like all of the stuff. I don't know what that's going to do. Yeah, don't call me dude. Chain Wizard. And I made a lot of money buying something that went down 70%. And then it went up 600%. And I made money on that. That's a pretty good return on investment. I would not have been able to get that in the stock market. So I think I did okay. I'm just saying. I think I did okay. $0.99 tacos. Who said that? Ryan, who said that? Right now, the current market will only give you 10 to 20% profit. Yep, I agree with that, Anthony. That's the market we're in right now. We need the whole market to turn around and go higher. Maybe that will happen. My magnet is up at 30 cents still, and I'm not moving it. It's just up there. The dude has been spotted. Chain Wizard. Yes, October 10th was completely manipulated. I've talked about it again and again and again because you weren't here when I was talking about it. That doesn't mean I know what happened. But I've still made a crap ton of money investing in cryptocurrencies. So that's why we're here, dude. Man. You think I don't know what's going on? I wasn't making a lot of money in stocks. I invested in Dogecoin at 2 cents. I've made a crap ton of money with that and many other cryptocurrencies that I would never have made in the stock market. Does it mean I don't invest in the stock market? No, I have a diversified portfolio. I also made a lot of money in stocks. I bought Tesla at $110 and I sold it at $432. If you had been here then, when I did that, you would see because I share all of my trades. So I'm doing okay. I don't know what your problem is today. It's just like, yes, it's risky. Investing in cryptocurrencies is risky. I always say that. But there are opportunities in this market to make a lot of money that you wouldn't make just buying Apple stock, right? Yeah, Apple stock, you'll get your 2 or 3% gains. But in crypto, you can get 20 or 30% gains. That is the potential. But you only put into the crypto market what you're willing to risk. That's what I say. Beware the 99-cent taco. Yeah, and right. And he only talked about the part that went down, not the gain from 9.5 cents all the way back up. 120% actually RR. 120% from 9.5 all the way up to it peaked here on the 13th of October at 21.7 cents. That's 128% recovery. Yeah. That's why I'm not worried about it. Completely why I'm not worried about it. He's salty. He couldn't buy the dip. Stocks in bear market lows in 2022 have outperformed some altcoins. Some altcoins. I'd rather take risks than stay poor forever. There you go, Charlotte. Exactly. I got to be where I am financially by taking some risks, but it was mostly on the backs of crypto, studying the markets, understanding the cycles. And so in the bear market of 2022, I was buying crypto. I could have made equal in the stock market not on average, but the average crypto market far outperformed the average stock market from that time. But Binance needs to go. Exactly. Robinhood spread is tough, Shaj, particularly if you're trying to like swing trade. The spread will just eat you up and you won't get the gains. Robinhood's a pain. I agree. But Anthony, there is yield. That's the whole thing about staking, is getting yield. That's why the big companies want to get ETH staking within ETFs, right? So they can be getting yield. That's what that's about. Again, I would not have made as much money. I have a huge amount of money in my 401k plan. That's Vanguard and Russell. And my crypto gains far, far, far outpaced my 401k. I mean, I've watched them together, so I know what has happened. My crypto gains far, far, far outpaced my 401k. And that's even continuing to buy twice a month into the 401k with matching, which I do twice a month. I continue to buy in, and my crypto far outpaced that. They took out the long at 19.1. Yep. That they did. That they did, Marmello. You're right. People are getting tired and burned out. I get that. Manuel, I get that. But I mean, this is part of cryptocurrency trading. If you don't like it, then go buy stocks. You don't have to be here. Nobody's making you sit here, right? Nobody's making you be here. I've done very well in crypto, but I understand the risks and I constantly talk about them all the time. All of these guys here in the chat can tell you that are regulars here. I constantly talk about the risks. It's not like it's like a magic bean, right? That's going to give you the beanstalk every time. Nope. Yeah, Shaj, we talked about it earlier. There's no way. You just have to look at the chart strategies, look at where the leverage is. You've got to look at how things are trading, and you've got to make that decision yourself. We don't know. You don't know you're in a bear market until you're already in it. There's no like little signal that says, hey, it's time to start the bear market now. There's nothing like that. It's a slow, gradual thing. And then before you know it, you're in it. So there's no way to tell. The war of attrition. Gotta fight for your right to make money. Oh, bear markets wipe out leverage, sure. They wipe out a lot of leverage. But these flash crashes that we've had here doesn't mean we're in a bear market. That's my point. The overall tendency is still up. I know, Anthony. That's why you can make 100x in crypto and not in a stock, right? Instantly. So Yep. All I know is with all my experience, I took a risk and invested in cryptocurrencies. And I'm now sitting in a house that's fully paid for, that I don't own, that I don't owe a bank on, no mortgage, that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for cryptocurrency. So I have that real thing right here, right? That I did. That would not have happened without cryptocurrency. If I put all that money in the stock market, I wouldn't be here. So that's what I have to go on. I'm not guessing at anything. It actually happened. Recommending stocks. No, master. Right now, I'm trying to do some swing trading with stocks. There's some that are down on prices. I'm looking at a bunch, but I don't do stock recommendations. Why would you go 50-50 into VOO and QQQ? 8 to 10% a year? That's what you get. Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate it. Nope. The CME gap didn't close yet. It needed to go down to 111.2. It made it to 112.2 just on the dip there, but it did not close the gap. That was only me who asked that. It did not close the gap yet. For those wondering, again, we can go. Where did it go? Yep. We got into the gap, but we didn't close the gap, which the bottom's down here, 111.2. This white box. So did not close it, which we don't always have to do. That's my point. We don't always have to do that. Thoughts on WIF? I have not looked at WIF in a long time. I have no idea what WIF has been doing. I haven't heard about WIF for a while. It's sideways, no doubt, right? We could draw the purple box for WIF as well. Let's see, that would probably be here to here. Tight range, WIF trading sideways, like everything else. 53 cents. Here in July, it was up at $1.28, so it is down 50% from there. So yeah, that's a big drop. That's a big drop. And now it's just trending sideways, so it's like everything else. Just trending sideways. Half gap is support in TA terms. No, you either fill the gap or you don't. They start making shit up. Oh, half gaps. It's just like, that's why technical analysis is all fugazi. Total fugazi. Technical analysis. Oh. Will the rate cuts be a nothing burger? In the end, if we still have the government shutdown, yes, it'll be a nothing burger. We'll get a little volatility. take out some more longs, take out some shorts, and then we'll be right back where we were. Thank you, ACW. Appreciate it. You're back to break even on your long trade, Grinder? Well, we'll see what it does from here. I thought you made it at 19.5, but 19.3, okay. The Asians will close the gap when they wake up. There's a month delay on the bull market. Will lead to a month extension. Again, Matt, there's many predictions out there into March and April and other things, so we just have to see and wait. An EBT coin is up, not of course, an EBT, and it's not a coin, it's a frickin' token. It's another stupid pump fund token probably that just is going to crash and burn when the devs take all their profits, because that's what happens. You're wary about the expected rate cut? Think they'll stay put? Ooh, that would be bad. People hate crypto, but yet they come in here and troll. Yeah, why do they do that? Oh. Hey, Chad, how are you? Yeah, I think they're cutting tomorrow too. Still 98% chance. Token, exactly, Ryan. EBT coin. Not a coin. Hey, Josh. Bet you're glad I sold? Yeah. It was time to take profits. I did. The Snap token. Ah, thank you, Danny. There you go. It's up 99%. Awesome. For those that were there at the beginning, which most people aren't. But the insiders and the devs are. So they buy it up when it starts. Nobody else gets that price. Everybody else pays higher. That's how those tokens work. Ryan has a secret. Ooh, Charlotte. Ryan has a secret. Ryan has a secret. Here, I got to do this. There. Oh. I'll do what Ryan does. Put the eyes in the chat. The eyes are there. It's like, Oh. I know. How do they do it, DB? Exactly. How do they live their life like that? I know, Michael. Everything was looking really good a while ago. And then the market makers came in and just wiped out. Thunk. Hey, they got what they wanted. Trying to recover. We'll see whether that happens. All right, gang. Hey, look, I'll be here again tomorrow after Tom Crown's live stream, where he will cover the Fed interest rate cut and the follow-up Chirpow statement and Q&A session. And Tom has a great live stream, a lot of fun. I'll be there in the chat. And then when that's done, come on over here to KrissPax Live, and we will cover the aftermath. So that'll be tomorrow, Wednesday. Make sure that you're subscribed, you got your notifications on, and all of that. And we'll see where this crazy crypto market is tomorrow. Until then, I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.